Listen up, partners. This is Good, Bad, Ugly on World Improv Network.
Hello. Welcome back to the World Improv Network. This is Good, Bad, Ugly, where your illustrious hosts will take honest advice and give you, well, our best recommendations. So we're looking for the first suggestion. Oh, here we go. Well, dear caller, you're having problems with your roommate because he happens to leave all his dishes on the living room floor. How should I handle this? Well, what do you think, Asa?
Well, it sounds like there's a conversation that needs to be had here as to why the dishes are being placed on the living room floor. But in the meantime, I would say, you just kind of got to own up to the situation, face it head on, and take those dishes and clean them up yourself if you don't want them on the living room floor. Because I can't imagine that your roommate has a deliberate and intentional plan for putting the. It sounds like this is kind of a an act of rebellion.
Well, I would say thank you, Winner, for asking this question. I would say is he by chance Moroccan? Does he like to eat on carpets, and therefore that's why the dishes are on the living room floor? If he is not, then I would suggest that you would burn the whole living room so he doesn't want to sit there and leave any of the dishes on the floor, because otherwise he's just going to continue to do that, and if you allow him to do it, you're just going to enable such bad behavior.
Yeah, that's all well and good, but I think you guys are ignoring the real problem here, and that is that they're using dishes. Caller, I think you need to stop using dishes completely. Maybe you keep one pot to cook in, but otherwise you just eliminate the dish problem entirely. You eat out of the one pot that you cook a dish in, or you just put it in your hands. Or if you feel responsible enough, you keep dishes for yourself and you just feed your roommate. Whenever they eat, you just hand feed them.
That's actually a pretty decent suggestion, Jim, but what about the pot itself? The pot becomes one big dish, and then all you're doing is enable them to leave the pot on the living room floor instead.
Well, one dish I would be willing to handle myself as the other roommate. I would pick up that slack of washing one extra pot a day.
Enabling.
Well, I think you should just do the dishes.
Okay. Well, here's the next one we have. How can I keep my wife from snoring? Jim?
Oh, geez. Yeah. This is, there are a myriad of reasonable solutions, but the one I am going to suggest is purchase a neck pillow. Just, it's, I think, around $5 at Target at the most. And just kind of prop your wife up a little bit before she goes to bed, so that way the airways are clear and they're not going to get clogged while she sleeps and leave that create that horrible racket that's keeping you up all night.
That's an okay idea, Jim. I would suggest though, if you want to keep your wife from snoring, don't let her sleep, because snoring only happens during sleep. So. Just like they have those ambient noise makers in the background. Get something that's not ambient, but like it's pots clattering, like a soundtrack of like warehouse sounds. Yeah. And then just keep that blaring, and then your wife won't be able to sleep, and thus she won't snore.
Well, I would argue and take it a step further. As a matter of fact, if you just divorced your wife, then you wouldn't have to worry about a wife snoring at all. Matter of fact, if you kicked her out on the streets and make her sleep on cardboard.
And you wouldn't even have to divorce her if you just kicked her out.
That's right. And matter of fact, just the divorce is kind of like a little jab in the side of the neck. It's just a way to let her know, you know what, if you wouldn't have done this, snored so much, I would have never divorced you, and I wouldn't have put you out on the streets. Clearly, caller, in order to be a real winner here, that would be the best solution, is just to get rid of your wife altogether.
Or if you actually love your wife, go with a pillow.
Or if you want to solve the problem, don't let her sleep.
Okay. Well, all right, here's our next one. We seem to have a problem with the dog peeing all over the carpet. Well, that's kind of similar to the dishes on the carpet in my mind, but I guess since it is a different species, we'll field that one as well. Well, Winter, I would say that the best thing to do to keep the dog from peeing on the carpet is one of two things. A, you either put one of those little doggy, rug things down that they pee on anyway on purpose. So when you leave the house, it's going to pee on that little rug thing. Or secondly, I would say that maybe you should hire a trainer. And there's some quite good trainers around that might be able to teach your dog not to pee on the carpet. If you can't afford it, then there's maybe some good old-fashioned discipline that you can just YouTube and get your dog to stop peeing on the carpet.
That takes so much work, Alex. So much effort and so much money. Winter, I think what you need to do is purchase a basin or an appropriately shaped bowl, depending on whether your dog is male or female, and just take that and some duct tape and actually tape the bowl underneath your dog. It's very simple.
That's your. Okay.
Yes.
I don't know.
I'm gonna suggest something that's kind of similar to the wife snoring problem, and that is remove your dog's urinary tract in the bladder.
Interesting.
They make kits for that?
Yeah, can you buy that at Walmart, or how much does something like that cost? Because that seems pretty expensive, even more than a dog trainer.
It's a do-it-yourself.
Oh, is it $19.99?
I think it's similar to a tracheotomy, which you can do with a butter knife
And a pen.
Well, Jim, I would actually have to say that is probably the best advice of the three.
Yeah, and you get to learn about your dog's internals too.
Right,
which is
right.
fun.
Yeah, it's a educational experience because you're learning about anatomy.
And get the kids involved.
Yeah, that could be
absolutely.
a lot of fun. You could get the kids involved. It's almost like a junior high school, frog dissection.
And actually, as a bonus, good, bad, ugly solution, if your kid is wetting the bed, just use the kid on him.
Oh,
And remove your child's urinary tract too.
That's
Nice.
Brilliant. That is brilliant. Yeah, I
Nice.
like that idea. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, Winter. Sounds like you have a lot of good options there.
Yeah, and I would actually probably lean towards Ace's suggestion, to be honest with you on this one. Well, that seems to do it today for Good, Bad, Ugly. Come right back, and we're going to have a little bit of a friendly horoscope reading for you.
Love, fortune, status. Let us do your astrological chart. Weekly horoscope on World Improv Network.
Welcome to Xander's Horoscope Corner. This week, we're going to do a horoscope for... the stars are sending me Sagittarius. Sagittarius. This week, keep an eye out for things that are yellow. Be it a cowardly friend, a nearby banana, or a school bus. And when you find it, go inside if you can, engage it, because good things come with yellow. That is all.
That's it. And I just want to let you guys know that thank you for tuning in to WIN, the World Improv Network. I am Alex.
I'm Asa.
And I'm Jim.
Enjoy the rest of your listening day on KZK.